Before I start the video, there's something that I want to clarify. I've said in a few of these videos that back in high school, I was the kid that everybody knew. And that can come off as a narcissistic thing to say. Let me paint a picture of the kind of kid I was. Back in high school, I didn't have a filter. I was also very loud, and I just said whatever was on my mind. And I have a little bit of a story to give you an idea of what I'm talking about here. So there I am, I'm in PE class, I'm hanging out with my friends Nick, Gage, and Logan. Today in PE, we were going to be working on bodybuilding, and today was like a muscle exercise weights workout day. So I walk over, I go grab my weights, I grab the manliest ass purple pair of 8-pounders, and I walk back to my spot, and I notice that everyone else had yoga mats. I was like, oh, well crap, I didn't pick one of those up. So I put my weights down and I walk across the room and I grab myself a yoga mat, and when I came back, my weights had disappeared. So I'm sitting there like, what the hell? And I look over at Gage and I'm like, where'd my weights go? And he's just smiling at me. And then I see Nick laughing and I'm like, you took my weights? And he's just laughing. And then I turn and I look at Logan and he's laughing. And I was like, who stole my weights? Now at this point in time, nobody in the class knew what was going on. They didn't know what predicament I was in. This was an isolated situation between me and my friends. Until I screamed out at the top of my lungs, which one of you weasel-faced thieves stole my weights? Eventually, I found out that Gage had went and tucked them under a bench just to dick with me, and that was more than fine. But the class, I mean, everyone got silent all at once, and then they started laughing. And that was the kind of stuff that I would do. I would be sitting there in class, I would stand up, yell something out, and then exit class, and then I'd hear the class laugh. Now, I want to say this too, because there's a good middle spot of obnoxiousness. I would have kids walk up to me, and they'd say, Barry, I don't know how you do it. If anyone else yelled the way you did and said the things you did, it would piss me off. It'd be annoying. Again, I don't know how you do it, but when you do it, it's funny. Like, you have a way about doing what you do. And so just, Barry, don't change. And that always made me feel really good. Now, there are a few reasons I bring this up. Firstly, I'm not a narcissist. Secondly, I'm not obnoxious. And thirdly, I had to give you some context as to what I'm about to tell you. Every now and then, as I was being a little wacky, my brother would whip out his phone and he'd start recording me. He would save these videos and we would title them Barry at his finest. Now, a lot of these videos come from the time when I was 16 to 18, so of course they're probably the cringiest thing you've ever seen. And don't expect me to share any of them. Okay, fine, I'll share one. And it's called, I'm Tying My Underwear.
Sir, have you been drinking?
I'm tying my underwear. God dang it.
Sir, have you been drinking tonight?
I don't know.
To set this up, I've talked about Ashland before. It's the crazy part of the valley, but really it's the theatrical part of the valley. Well, Ashland was holding a film festival, and there was a contest. The contest was to see who in the valley could make the best either short film or a trailer. And then you submit it to their website, and then they have a bunch of people who look through them and judge them. And then they pick the winner, and then the winner got like $10,000 and a scholarship for film school or something like that. At the time, I wanted to be a director, so I was like, hey, I contact my buddy Nick, let's do this. He and I made this trailer called Uncontrollable, which is easily one of the cringiest things I've ever made. And I promise I will show you, but not before I show you this. In the middle of this trailer, there was a point where these kids, they had to wear all white because they were government official kids. And the white pants that I was wearing kept falling down as I would run away. So I was trying to tie them. And that is when this ensued.
I'm tying my underwear.
Sir, have you been drinking?
I'm tying my underwear. God dang it.
Sir, have you been drinking tonight?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Tying my underwear. It's not working. Dang.
Now, I've never done this, but I guess it's only fair to show you the trailer I made, and keep in mind when you watch this, I was 17, so it's going to be the cringiest ass thing you've ever seen. But if you would watch this movie, let me know, and maybe one day, when I'm not some cringy ass obnoxious kid, I'll make it. Enjoy.
My name is Shaw, and I am an orphan. The government took over our orphanage and used the kids as experiments. And we were chosen by our background. If we had any parents, if we were abused. Me, I was all the above. I was a perfect candidate. The chips are designed to go off when you're 18, and they give you special abilities. But my chip went off when I was 13 years old. I didn't know what happened, so I ran away. Sam was the only one of us that wasn't supposed to have a chip.
What happened? I wasn't supposed to have a chip. You told me I wasn't supposed to have a chip.
Hey, we never thought you would have one, but a mistake was made. Now one was put in, and you will be like the rest.
He was pretty upset, but eventually they got him to do what they wanted.
Sam, you've been an asset to this organization for a long, long time. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is a very dangerous one. This boy's chip went off before he was ready. There are over 200 kids here, and only one has ever escaped. And we need you to bring him home.
I accept.
I knew they were going to send someone after me eventually, so I kept my eyes open.
Who are you? Why are you following me?
Part of a secret governmental project.
I'm not an experiment.
Yes, you are. Both are.
So what do you say? Let's take him down? My name is Shaw. I'm an orphan, and I never really knew my last name.